well.
These are all of the best highlights from today's LEC match featuring SK Gaming and Team Vitality.
It makes sense for the composition, and I think this is a good test for leader. You know, the biggest criticism was always...
You're right. Incredibly vulnerable to the next gank, but keeping your life after using the flash, pretty critical.
Yeah, and he's still able to retain the good kind of little CS lead that he's built up, continue to push in the Aatrox as leader, taking really bad trades here, but Skeens is around.
Okay, here we go. 1,000 damage. Everybody ready? Here comes 1,000. Oh, 1,000 damage! It might be enough. Mickey's gonna take the kill. He's gonna wait. He's gonna donate it. They're taking their sweet time. Flash from Skeens.
I love those crystals. They're so satisfying.
All right, calm down, Walter White. Let's see. Leader, dead! There's the Pantheon engage! Sometimes you want to know less about people, and that's kind of how I feel about Kaza and Humanoid sometimes.
I want to know more.
Don't say, brothers. I can't reference.
Well, I'm happy that they're back together.
Yeah.
So
yeah, back on track. Back on track.
Not all of us can be SK fanboys.
Yeah.
I do think put the Embessa into Aatrox, you kind of find scale more, but here, Fleshy going in.
Cleanse, flashback to knock up. Excellent from Fleshy. Lince is there to follow. You have to looking for an extra second, but it does not matter. Comet Spear going to connect to finish that one.
Fantastic prediction there by Fleshy. Catches Yopa out, even though he uses all his summoners, but Mickey behind Humanoid.
Trying to backstep. Ulti down for the Victor. Mickey taking his time to walk in. Headbutt fold, that's the combo. A little bit extra damage from the Storm there. Arcane, leader wants to follow up. Finally, the flash in. Bit unnecessary for Mickey, but manages to get it done. Skeens on the way top. So many sums in that sequence of plays. Now, the good news is Blackfire Torch is completed as Wonder now in trouble, trying to dash his way out to safety. Public execution not quite there. Lince is now on a killing spree. SK trying to fire back on the bottom side of the map. Karzy flashing out to safety. Stun connect from Mickey. Skeens! The shock blast, not quite 1,000, but enough to secure it.
It's getting there. And it really feels like Yopa and Skeens are their two kind of big players here that they're able to invest a lot of gold into, but that is
so tricky if he is able to find that flank. Wonder.
Oh. Karzy is playing with no fear as he has Linces behind him.
Linces moving in. Ulti not going to do anything for Wonder as he goes down.
SK looking for a
clean pickup on the side. Knocko now going to be in trouble. See if he can outplay this one. Ulti to get the move speed to try to make his way away to safety. Huge healing coming in. He needs one more auto to get it out. Not enough to keep him standing. So upset. Yes, Jungle J is doing decent damage. Credit to Knocko. Thunder Sky obviously nerfed a bit, but healing wasn't going to get nerfed. Okay, we see how it is.
Okay.
Finds an angle, doesn't get any initial damage down, but Fleshy now trying to chase and follow. Mickey looking for the interrupt. His leader's living for a damn long time. Humanoid forced back. The stun from Mickey still manages to connect. In goes Skeen. So much damage to follow with the public execution. Now Linces, the one who's caught out Vitality a bit over eager, but Karzy finally arrives to the fight. Still, Mickey unbreakable as Linces tries to get out and manages to get shut down. Yopa finding the kill. Vitality on the retreat. They are. Did not make the difference in that fight, sadly, for Fleshy. As I think Humanoid just went a little bit too early. That moment of miscoordination now as the wall's been laid down. Yopa has to keep an eye on the shove, but it does go to Mickey, and down he goes. A tier 1 gonna fall as well on Vitality. Right back.
We go in towards that third dragon.
Or your boy Chips Ahoy. that comment did not age well. They got the one play top, you gotta give them that, but as you highlighted, right, Vitality right back in control. Wonder is going to get some gold on the side lane, which will start to diminish some of Knocko's individual lead. But of course, 2 Drakes already backing up Vitality. Okay. I eagerly await the 1,000 damage. But of course, yes, Bastion Breaker can do a massive amount of work. Wonder, though, going to kick the fight off immediately. Yappa not able to get in quite yet, but Wonder alone making a decent amount of damage happen to the backside of the map. Skeens now retreating. Wonder trying to get away as he may have overcommitted. Mickey backing off as well. Has already used the ultimate, so he's starting to fall very quickly. Yopa's ulti still going, but Knocko just continues to push forward. Herald finally dropped. Wonder caught out. Humanoid finding his target.
And it's back and forth here as both Vitality and SK inches apart. Vitality is so low here. They want to look towards the dragon, but Humanoid looking for a flick.
This is such a risky face check. Knocko in these extended fights, the sheer amount of sustain, even without access to the ultimate. Of course, Steric's gauge was popped, so he could be a little bit vulnerable. Powered recall there for Humanoid will be back on the map pretty dang quickly.
Yeah, Karzy decided to join him as well. As Humanoid looking to ult on mid lane here on the leader with the
coming in as well. Lince is though pretty low. Aegis Assault not going to face the Victor, but it might not matter. Leader finally able to get one back. Fleshy Backdash to stay safe, but Jabu's been exhausted. Jabu in the midst of the fight. Now Skeens is going to be in trouble as well. Vitality just dissect SK in the mid lane.
And his humanoid
for
ulti
some
in 2
exit
seconds.
kills.
Might look ulti in here. Fleshy's very low.
Through.
TP onto leader.
Mickey has smite. He's just going to ulti, going to go for the punt. Public execution. Fleshy immediately flashes out. Leader now into the back of the pit. The objective getting lower and lower. Knock wants to finish it. Who's going to get the Baron? SK want to get it done. Leader one more auto. 86 out. Oh! In the nick of time. Linsis is there. Oh my God, it was not clean, but it was a hell of a joy to watch. Vitality get the Baron.
Linsis is their saves.
Engages there, but Humanoid now zoning away most of SK. Likely that they just have to concede this now. It's Mickey who's been caught out. Blast Cone not going to do much, and down goes Mickey. That they do. 3 Drakes as well makes the rest of the game pretty easy in terms of how you want to plan out around objectives. That said, Leader has been power farming a lot for the last few minutes of the game, finally ahead of Humanoid in terms of overall gold. Of course, the only one on his team is Knock-Knocko as well, starting to recover his lead. Wonder finding the catch out of the Knock-Knocko, a little bit extra healing coming in, but down goes Knock-Knocko on side. That's going to cost him a bit of time on this Baron. It was Karzy falling behind earlier on, but now it's him with the lead. Wonder this time looks like he is going to get caught out again on side lane. Weaver's wall coming in as well from Humanoid. TP coming in, but it might be a bit too late. Wonder goes unstoppable for a brief moment to get away from the knockback, but he's already dead. Can't stop the damage. Knock-Knocko now going to be in trouble as well, but he does still have the flash to take him away. Leader trying to finish the kill. The Q auto, not enough! As Mickey's in the back line, but there's just no follow-up. Humanoid going in. Knockback doesn't quite hit. Leader goes golden for a brief moment, but Linz is already backing away with the Aegis Assault. Humanoid pulling away as well. Karzy punted back, but Mickey doesn't have the ulti anymore. One more auto, and down he goes. Dragons are a bit more tanky, but Linz and Humanoid are just so far into the game. It's a difference of a couple seconds. So the window of opportunity for SK to make something out of this, Vitality's kind of attention split is now completely the objective. Phalite picked up. Wall coming in from Humanoid to try to split the team off. Mickey moving over, but lost Celestial opposition to the wall. It looks like as Mickey tries to get something done. Baron already down. SK betting it all on this fight as Fleshy tries to go out. Public execution to the backside of the fight. Yopa untouched for now, but he's not really able to auto-attack quite yet. A little bit more damage onto Humanoid. Humanoid finally going to go down, but just barely as Lincoln starts to body block. But it looks like Yunara might be ready to take over. Never mind. Karzy is there. The damage is there. Try to sell it all you want, but ultimately SK just getting cut to pieces. Vitality taking out the Baron and effortlessly taking the fight. All it costs them is Humanoid.
Yeah, Vitality found the fight they were looking for. It was a valiant effort by SK as they were able to pick off Humanoid, and it looked like they might be able to get into their paces, but they just didn't have the damage. Yopa ended up falling, and now it's a Nash for Vitality. They're going to push in this mid lane. And Karzy even Valkyrie forward here. Forces the flash from Mickey.
That's a lot of damage.
And while the game will not end here, it's really on Vitality.
The worst voice check we've ever done on Karzy.
Yeah.
I was expecting for something a bit more unhinged, but disciplined in the moments that matter. 1 point. Doesn't really have any luxury defensive items of his own. Humanoid pushing in the mid lane. Rest of Vitality on the top side of the map. Leader finally getting some Magic Pen in the build, but I just don't think it's going to matter.
Really see the value of this Ocean Soul as Karzy and Knock-Knocko continue to step forward, and even if they get chunked, they don't really have to worry about it.
Mickey going in, forced to ult early on. Fleshy now going to follow, finds the two-man knock-up. There goes Karzy. Instantly, everybody dies. Vitality. Clean combo. Fleshy playing damn well this game. Quick to punish those initial engages, those overconfident engages. Of course, for SK, it was hard to find the right angle. They chose to look anyway, and Vitality back and forth in the early game, but ever since that first Baron, even though it was messy, they have been in full control.
And what a game from Fleshy. He was my biggest question mark with this roster, and he had a stellar performance against Mickey X, of all people. Wow, Vitality had their number today.
A good look for this fight, and I think an important bounce back for Humanoid when we saw him kind of leave on bittersweet terms last year. A reminder